Let's go ahead and hop onto Gresvin once again. Spawning at the top left-hand side with the blue Terran pieces, it is Awers. And on the other side of the map with the red Terran pieces, it is UFO under the name Doom. I said Doom, and immediately the Doom Eternal soundtrack started playing in my head. I feel sort of ashamed. It's like Awers went gas first, so I imagine we're going to see a Gas-Rax gas. Doom taking a slightly less gas-intensive approach. Probably going to be Gas-Rax gas, or Rax gas. I apologize if you can hear my cat howling in the background, and yes, I did say howling. She loves to go into our back room and just scream and nothing. Current running joke we have for that is she's communing with demons. Alright, faster factory coming out of Awers. UFO, slightly slower. So technically, Gas-Rax gas should be more economical. It gives you it still allows you to get a decently timed Reaper. A decently timed Reaper and factory, but you typically can get more minerals a little bit earlier on. So I imagine that the Gas-Rax gas has to be for a much more aggressive play coming out of Awers. Reaper. We actually have a very quick tech lab for Awers. No starport yet. I'm not 100% sure what this is, to be honest with you. Cyclone? Yeah, Cyclone. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, I think I know what this is, actually. This might be Hero Marine's Force Cyclone. The Force Cyclone thing that Hero Marine was doing a while back. Awers getting the initial advantage in that fight, but UFO managed to kind of bounce him away, make sure that he can't take advantage of that. Another factory on the way now. Oh, we're going to see like I imagine we're going to see like a super battle mech play coming out now. Believe UFO actually did see the barracks floating away. Cyclone heading to the top of that ramp, however. Oh, that's only 2 Reapers. That doesn't really matter, does it? Actually, kind of going to be going for a surround. Oh no, the Cyclone! Oh, the Cyclone is going to be caught. That being said, though, the Reapers are going to be able to get in. They're going to be able to take out a couple of SCVs here by the looks of things. The starport is going to be delayed for a little while. SCVs are going to try to chase this away. Nice target fire coming out of Awers. Does lose one of the Reapers, but gets a decent amount of damage done, I would say. 4 SCVs down. That's no laughing matter. Siege tank is now out for UFO, though. Should be able to hold the top of this ramp pretty effectively. Does see the barracks. Yeah, it looks like he's actually going to back up to the natural. Second siege tank is about to finish up here for UFO. Reaper's going to try and poke in once again. Actually, double Cyclone production out of Awers. I don't think... Oh! Well, that Cyclone was not long for this world. It's almost like this Cyclone was over here, just like, yeah, you may have the mag field upgrades, but I have 2 tanks. Bit of a harassment going on over here. It doesn't actually delay the production of the starport here. Third base going down now. Both players have actually started theirs up. 2 more Cyclones are going to try and see if they can get something done. They might be able to delay this third base a little bit, because there's nothing that can really chase these Cyclones down. But at the same time, if they can chase them off far enough, the siege tanks will have a chance to kind of get into position and make sure that these Cyclones can't snipe anything. I remember when like when Hero Marine was doing like the 4 Cyclone thing, it was kind of more of a risky gambit. Like at first it was very effective because people didn't quite understand what was happening, but the moment people figured it out, it stopped. It kind of became, oh, what is this? Double Liberator out for Awers. This is interesting. What do we actually have for units right now? Awers is kind of just spending some time powering up on his mech army. A Widow Mine. Okay. So this Double Liberator has to be for... The Double Liberator definitely has to be for harassment, right? I believe it's... Oop. Do you have a move out here from UFO now? Oh, almost manages to snipe that Raven. Liberators are moving into position to try and get some SCV damage done. This quick scan shows that Awers is definitely not going to be able to break up that ramp, but on the plus side, a lot of Marines there that aren't in these bases. Well, there are a couple here. Alright, this one is going to take a bit of damage, but... Wait. Oh, did the other one get taken out? I think the other one got taken out by the Cyclone. UFO is actually much better prepared than I expected. Liberator there is going to get a little bit more damage done. Cyclones are going to move in, be able to take out a couple more SCVs. This actually puts Doom in a really... kind of a bad position economically. Awers is just powering up. SCV counts significantly higher. Looks like UFO feels like he needs to get across the map. Oof! A sneaky little Widow Mine there. And this one Viking manages to come in and pop one of the Ravens. This is fascinating. That being said, I mean, Awers... He does have a decent tank count. Okay, he's going to get him spread out too. Does see that UFO is moving in with a pretty big army. I think that should be enough army, but I'm kind of worried about the... No, that's too many siege tanks. There's no way he's going to be able to just jump on top of that. UFO once again moving into the range of the sensor tower. He's going to pick off the Cyclone. Do have a couple of Hellions that are going to be... they're going to try and get into that third base. We'll keep an eye on that. UFO spending some time trying to catch up on SCV. Oh no. Blue Flame isn't done yet, but this is still a lot of damage that could go down for UFO, unfortunately. 4 SCVs already going down. How many more are we going to get? Oh my goodness. Those Hellion run-bys, man. The other side of the map, Doom is trying to find an angle. However, Awers has a really good spread of tanks here. UFO really trying to make something happen, but I don't think he really needs to make anything happen at this point. He just kind of needs to delay bases. Awers is going to have a hard time taking new bases as long as Doom or UFO tries to be a little bit more mobile. Well, it looks like Awers is going to get that 4th base. Oh, nice position there out of Awers. To be honest with you, as a Terran, dealing with mech can be pretty scary at times. Good lord, look at this positioning. That is a full concave of tanks. Awers trying to set up for a flank here, but there's just too many tanks. There's no way that UFO is actually going to be able to jump on top of that. You definitely never want to be behind economically whenever you're facing off against a mech Terran. And it does kind of feel like Doom is, or UFO is a bit nervous and doesn't want Awers to take too much of a lead. So he's going to try and Go for a big drop here. I'm assuming into the main base. It's actually not a bad call. Being said, Doom is, or UFO. I do apologize. I keep getting the two mixed up, or the two mixed up. Yeah, the two names. Awers trying to sneak in here, but yeah, he's going to be able to sneak in here. Might be able to get a decent amount of damage done in here. There's really nothing to contend with this drop. There will be a couple of units popping out here soon, but it's really only going to be Hellions. That's not going to be too great versus this. There is an engagement down at the south side of the map where Awers is trying to move into a decent position to take on the third base location. These tanks are going to siege up, and it looks like, unfortunately, they're not going to be in position to try and keep this from happening. On the other side of the map, Awers is going to be moving into position, trying to get a good tank position. It seems like he's... Oh, nope, he's going to go for it. Doom is also moving into Awers' natural base as well. It looks like, oh, we're going into kind of a base trade situation here. Alright, it's going to be kind of up against the clock. However, that being said, UFO's unit composition here is not great for dealing with these siege tanks. Sacrifices a lot of SCVs to try and draw some tank fire, but these tanks are just going to absolutely eviscerate all of the Marines there. Now, there are siege tanks there that are going to be able to hold the line for a little bit. Alright, we do have, yeah. UFO has cleaned up the natural, and it looks like it's going to be able to take on the third base. Doom is now mining from the fourth base location as well, so probably not really too far behind. Actually, significantly ahead in SCVs now. 45 SCVs have gone down for Awers. The Liberator is going to force these siege tanks to have to pull back. Looks like Awers' army on the other side of the map is going to be coming back to try and deal with this. I believe the base trade is going to be over. Doom once again trying to make something happen here. Vikings will be able to take out some of these medevacs. It looks like this is going to be a lost cause here for UFO. It is cleaned up by Awers. Now Doom is looks like Doom is going to try and make something happen here. However, Awers has the same idea. Looks like he's going to try and move back. That's a lot of tanks. How many is that? That's 15 siege tanks. That's terrifying. Alright, looks like they're just going to try and trade blows again here, but UFO's army is significantly faster. It looks like Awers is going to try and come back and deal with this. The siege tanks weren't quite sieged up in time. Does lose a couple of them, but still significantly ahead. That is such a nasty siege tank line to try and walk into. Ooh. UFO very quickly moving those units out of out of tank range. Probably for the best. Looks like Awers is going to try... Oh, actually lands the Vikings and cleans this up. Oh no, is UFO actually going to try and go into this? I don't know about this, but there's only one siege tank. Once again, Awers is having to pull back with his army. But, I mean, UFO's in quite a decent position here. He's going to be able to siege up the tanks and take this out, but... I mean, at what cost at this point? Every moment that UFO is keeping Awers on his side of the map is a fantastic moment. Keeping the mech army on their side of the map is always a boon. That being said, it looks like the tank count for UFO has been reset completely. And there's nothing that's really going to be able to contest these siege tanks unless UFO can immediately jump on top of them. But it's not looking like that's going to be the case. But once again, the armies are moving on opposite sides of the map. There's no defense. They're just trading blows at this point. That's what this kind of boils down to. Uh-oh. Widow Mines are going to get some sick connections here. Love to see it as a caster. Hate to see it as a Terran player. Alright, Awers is now on top of UFO's reestablished third base. It looks like we're going to have to see a liftoff here. Once again, there is a line of siege tanks. However, the Vikings are going to give vision. Unfortunately, UFO just does not have air superiority, and Awers is just going to be able to hold this position pretty well, push everything back effectively. It looks like on the other side of the map, UFO is going for another Marine run by. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not good. Just not good. He's going to try and drop... No! No! Alright. And once again, Awers in a fantastic position. Oh, it's actually moving into UFO siege tank range. Ooh. This is super spooky for UFO because unfortunately he just doesn't have what He doesn't have really anything to contend with this. He does not have air control. He doesn't have a big swarm of marauders that can go for it. Like, this is really bad for him. That being said, both players are, oh my goodness. This is just brutal for both players. A very low eco game. He's going to try and sneak a Liberator in here. It's not going to get too much done. These siege tanks are actually in a nasty position. Yeah. I'd say a fairly nasty position. It looks like UFO is going to try to go for it, but unfortunately, there's just not enough Terran here. And it looks like that's going to be it. Awers is actually now starting to close down on the natural. GG is going to be called. Awers actually takes game number 1. Wow, what a game. Yeah, mech can be kind of, I feel like UFO had the correct idea to try and keep Awers on his side of the map. Unfortunately, it just seemed like he threw away too much at some point. Also, the fact that he's just trading blow, like, you could definitely move faster than a mech army can. But it seemed like Awers was always just, like, kind of close enough to his base to come back and reinforce and just break UFO. I feel like if the first attack that UFO did was great. I think if he had kind of pulled back a little bit and worked on recreating his army, he would have been in a great position. With that being said, hopping into game number 2 between these two players. Alright. In the bottom right hand side of Neo-Humanity, it is the mech messiah himself, Awers. And on the other side of the map with the red Terran pieces, give it up for UFO. That last game was a hell of a slugfest. Lord, I'm tripping over my words. So exciting. It looks like both players went for gas racks gas this time. So it looks like we're going to see some aggression out of both players. We might just be seeing another slugfest on our hands, to be honest with you. While these two players power up, I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Neo-Humanity actually has a pretty long rush distance just because of this inhibitor zone in the middle. I'm actually not sure what the fastest path is on this map, but I'm pretty sure it's a long walk either way you go. Or I guess I should say it's either a long walk or a very slow walk. Both players getting their factories about the same time. UFO, I'm a little bit worried for Awers because he does not have a second supply depot on the way. Oh, he's going to be supply blocked. Bit unfortunate. These Reapers are going to meet in the middle of the map. Actually not sure who took advantage there. I'm not sure who shot first. I mean, we all know Han shot first, but I don't know which one of these is Han and which is Greedo. Reaper's kind of bouncing around here a little bit, playing a... what's a lighter version of the Dance of Death? I don't want to say Dance of Injury. Doom going for 2 Reaper. 1 Hellion, try to apply just a little bit of pressure, but also get into the Tech Lab factory a little bit faster. It actually should have enough to be able to push Awers back off of his natural. Oh, there's no supply depot there. It looks like Doom actually might be able to take out. Oh, it's actually not target firing these units here, so might actually not get too much. Yeah, it's not gonna get as much done as I thought. Hey, we're swapping onto the tech lab here. I'm not sure why. Are we going for Banshees? See, I'm going for more Reapers and a Cyclone. Looks like he wants to keep the aggression up. Oh, we do have Banshees on the way. Not the most common sight in a TVT. Alright. Do have a Reaper being a bit of a nuisance here in UFO's base. UFO continuing Reaper production, which is a little bit shocking. Not sure what the purpose of it is. Awers' first Banshee is out. Cloak will be finishing up here fairly soon. It looks like UFO is actually just cranking out Mule, so I don't think there's going to be enough energy for scan. Maybe. No, there's not going to be energy for scan once Cloak is done. This might end faster than we thought. Second Banshee is on the way. It's a little hit squad here. I don't think it's actually going to be able to do too much. It's going to try and bounce on top of this tank. Might. Oh, with the lock on, maybe? No. Might have been a bit of an F2 move there. Awers going to be sending it back, and I think at this point it will, like, UFO should have energy for scan, right? Yeah. 52-50, we have 2 scans. Not that many Marines, though. I mean, we spent a lot of time producing Reapers. Awers going to be taking out... Oh, well, Raven's done, so this should be fine. Banshee going to try and get a little bit more damage done. 4 SCVs have actually gone down so far. Cyclone is going to be able to clean this up, though. Now, I believe there is a second Banshee out on the field somewhere. I'm not sure where it is. Oh, there it is. It's actually in the base. Never mind. 6 SCVs have gone down for UFO. Bit brutal. Looks like we are once again going for that mech composition as Awers. Double Liberator again? No, we're going straight into Viking. In the meantime, both players are about to finish up their third bases. Oh, Banshee's coming back in again. Oh, using the cloak to break the Cyclone lock on is such a big brain move. It's actually pretty cool out of Awers. Looks like the Banshee is going to try and move in again. Oh, it really wants that tank, but I don't think it's going to be able to. Really nice micro here out of Awers. Well, I was about to say, for those of you who don't know, you can actually outrange Marines and do an infinite kite with the Banshee on Marines. And it looked like he was doing that there for a second. It is very it is fairly tricky to pull off, though. It looks like UFO is going to move out just a little bit, try and catch any aggression that Awers might put on, but looks like Awers is kind of copacetic with just sitting at home and powering up right now. Wait a minute. Oh, I do apologize. I saw the 2 engineering bays. I thought that was Awers. I'm like, are you going into bio now? Couple of Widow Mines are in the production queue right now, and I imagine that's going to be probably going to be sprinkled around to try and catch any kind of run by, or maybe catch some of UFO's units in the middle of the map. Awers is going to spot this moving in, but it looks like UFO is going to just back up here. Just back up a little bit. Oh my god, is this Banshee still being a nuisance? I gotta say, Awers' map vision is actually pretty incredible. think he's actually going to be able to take this watchtower again here in a second. Just going to bury a mine there. Yeah. Oh my god, this Banshee's going to be doing more work. Looks like a couple more SCVs are going to be picked off. Well, UFO did stem in to try and take it out, but no scan actually went down. There's also no missile turrets out of UFO, I believe. Oh man, this Banshee is just putting in so much work. How many kills does this thing have? 19 kills in one Banshee. This is the Banshee dreams are made of. This is a Banshee pilot of legends. Whenever students go to the flight or like the Dominion Flight Academy, they're just like, I want to be this Banshee pilot. 11 SCV kills, 21 kills overall. That's insane. This wouldn't mind being a bit of a pest. Dude, I want an entire storybook. Uh-oh. No. It's fine. Banshee pilot's still okay. It looks like UFO is going to try and set up a siege position here at the third base location of Awers, but Awers is aware of its existence. Hey, try to send out a couple of... Where are you guys going? You're going to... just going to harass. Looks like Doom wants to set up a Doom drop here. Going to be flying directly into the main base here. Excuse me. It's going to get a bit sketchy here for Awers. There are actually, with a couple of Ravens and a lot of siege tanks here at the ramp. I think this is actually going to get cleaned up. I'm actually surprised he was so in position to deal with this. Really well done. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, the Hellions are actually getting a ton of damage done. 23 SCVs have gone down, and it looks like they're going to get away scot-free. Awers multitasking here, just incredible multitasking here, just on display right now. It looks like the Hellions were cleaned up on the other side of the map, but Awers is going to destroy the siege position and push this away. Now, Awers is going to try... Awers is going to try and set up another push here, but after being down a couple more Marines, it's not going to be too great. Also, Awers did lose 11 SCVs in that, but it's still significantly ahead in economy. Yep. Awers is going to clean up the push with a massive amount of Vikings and siege tanks, and we'll take game number 2.